about this with some friends, that a lot of people, they build their lives on past beliefs. You know, they build their lives on past beliefs because a lot of what we do right now, our actions are, a result of our beliefs. You know, and we have to look at it and what are those beliefs? Are they limiting beliefs or they abundant beliefs? And if they're limiting beliefs, how is that serving us now? And does it even matter now? You have to be able to look in that mirror and answer that question and turn those limiting beliefs into empowering beliefs, right? So I definitely, y'all all know, I've been posting it out there about this amazing woman, and she just embodies the strength, leadership, a heart for service, right? And she just, and it's so evident that she just wants to see people win, period. Not to mention how simple she makes navigating the charts, right? And she had good mentorship. We gotta give it up. Gotta give it up for her mentor,
one of
Mr.
the
Gordon
best.
Clark.
Yes,
But and he's a mentor to many of us, right? But this woman has really, taken, trading by storm, but she's taken life by storm too. So without further ado, I do want to bring to the front of the stage Miss MAKEDA Hubert. And Miss MAKEDA, you want to share some things with the people before?
Would love to. I have been eager to speak to all of you. Thanks so much for sharing this space with us. Coach Val, you've got me over here ready to use some tissues, and I'm not sick. So thanks so much for that beautiful edification.
How she get her money?
Hold on, one second.
She was the one treating me too.
Val, can you give me co-host, please?
I am.
And everybody, can you please make sure your phone is muted? Gracie.
You wait a minute. I remember that. You told me she said that. Wait a minute.
Miss Gracie.
You got to have a warrant for me. I said, you didn't get talking about something anyway. Everybody talking about. What is her name?
You have co-host.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay.
Yeah,
So, as my great mentor Gordon Clark says, when there's juicy information to be shared, it's always going to have to be stalled for a little bit, so that way people are on the edge of their seats. So that's all that was.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is MAKEDA Hubert. I've been trading for 3 years, and part of the reason why I decided to do it was because I love to work out, and I needed some time to hit my macros, be able to go to the gym for multiple hours in a day. But in all seriousness, I wanted something that I can call my own. And to link myself with Coach Val, I too have gone through a divorce, and the lesson that I had learned from that, after the shame of what could I have done to make this situation better, was then, okay, I had chosen this person who was going to take care of me. And now I have to learn how to take care of myself. Give me one moment. Jim, can you turn off the oven? Love you. I'm also a mom of an 11-year-old son, like she said. So the importance of being able to say, you know what, I can be this woman that you need me to be. I can take care of a family. I can do everything that women who want a man to take care of them can do, but I still have to have and create my own nest egg, because the surprise that there was not going to be a forever meant that I had to teach myself to do some unsavory things. And thanks to God, I found this Ivy League skill, so that way I can not only dress myself in the finest fabrics, but I can make money while I'm wearing them.
Love that. Love that. So just starting out. So how long you say? So 3 years you've been trading so far. You have one of the best mentors that I've seen in the game, Mr. Gordon Clark.
Give me 1 second. Nobody can mother like me. Let me turn this oven off.
Gotcha.
Okay, back in action.
Yes. All right. So yeah, so like I was saying, been trading 3 years. Have one of the best mentors, Mr. Garden Clark, to mentor you. Just being in Xtream, what has that meant for you? Because we talked a little bit about mindset before we came on. So I know you're again being a leader of people, sharing your experiences, but also being able to lead from your experiences. Like, what has that been for you inside of Xtream, and how do you basically apply that to what you're doing in the space right now?
Yeah, so I've been in many opportunities of leadership, and oftentimes with an A-type personality, you stick out. You're carrying the weight of many people in a group. Xtream has afforded me this ability to connect myself with so many like-minded people in the group that I'm connected in, global currencies, that even if trading was not on the table, okay, let's just go down the list of all the reasons why I'm here. Even if trading wasn't on the table, even if I wasn't able to get the thing which I love to do, which is get a discount somewhere, that's the only reason I get a job. So I still get to travel as a former flight attendant. I still have access to top-notch education, right? So for me, education as a student of life means I get to learn how to do many things. So here I get to learn from many different people, right? I have people who are great at marketing, real estate, all of these different things. So when I decided that that was the next step that I wanted for myself to elevate myself, I knew I had to surround myself with people who were about the same thing, their money, their prosperity, elevating themselves. And so at the very least, with all of the great benefits aside, I get to have that, the core, the people.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. So being a single mom, so we talk about that. We understand that, life doesn't always work the way we planned it. And like I'm a football guy, so we always talk about pivoting. You always got to know when to pivot. So when you had to make that pivot, and I see, child involved and things like that, what were some of your early challenges, and the mindset that you had to work through to say, hey, I know what I got to do. I know the mommy bear kicked in always. But what is that like, and what has that been like for the kid? Like, what has been, in your opinion, what has been like the effect on your child, in negative and positive way that you've seen?
Right. Well, the first thing that I had to do was fully transform myself. Um, One bit of advice that Gordon Clark gave me was you have to lead from the front. And I've noticed that it's a lot easier to ask your network, including my child, to get with the program as long as that communication is there. And the challenge is a lot of the challenges have really only surfaced in my sobriety. I've been sober basically the entire time that I've been trading, and I had to, like I said, completely transform myself. So as part of our trading program, it we focus a lot on mindset and personal development, and I had constructed this 2.0 self. There is this fear with anything that we do when we're taking a risk. And, I had to overcome that fear being somebody completely different than I was, almost like a big sister, to pull me out of this. I don't know if I can do this. I'm not sure. I'm just a woman. I'm going to be playing against heavy hitters, right? To use a ball analogy, I'm literally every day playing on the court with Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, and I'm only 5'6". So I have to create extra height for myself to, close that deficit. So
Yeah.
that's my learning, right? And that's how I created that confidence in myself. Was I had to keep coming back to the court over and over again. I had to learn how to shoot with my eyes closed and know exactly what the sound is like when it bounces off of the rim. So I know how to pivot. So I know exactly how to make changes. So education filled that gap for me, and being able to uh pick up the phone, right? That also was not that was not something my 1.0 self did, because I'm an introvert. So my idea when I got into trading was I'm just going to sit behind this computer. I'm not going to talk to anybody. It's going to be great. I'm going to be on a desert island. And then I realized that, like, okay, Gordon was right. I do have to like call people, and it helped me learn. It helped me learn. And then it gave me peripheral vision. So even if, let's say, I'm working on Bitcoin, Priscilla Surgeon's got gold, Lynette Hoppy is over here in UJ, you know, Rashida Brown, she's got GJ on lock. You call these people, they're doing everything in their life to help you, and you're going to do everything in your life to help them. So that really helped me to overcome what I thought was going to be a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that because I always, teamwork makes the dream work. And I know for me, analyzing crypto and looking at, it's 1,000 projects coming out a day. It's so much happening. But that was part of the reason why I created my little group or whatever of people. So I'm teaching them how I'm looking at things. We're all analyzing at the same time. And then if you can all bring that back to the center of the table, everybody eats. Like I said, the market has more money than any of us. So us being able to analyze it and call plays together, it's just beautiful the way we do that. So, that's amazing. That's amazing, Coach Val. I know she had some things that she wanted to jump in with.
Absolutely. And I forgot to tell y'all, she has amazing analogies, right? She uses amazing analogies. Even when she's teaching, she has amazing analogies. So I love it though. And then, Makeda, and we all know, and I'm sure most people on here, that a lot of people hesitate to get started in trading because they feel like it's too hard or it's intimidating, right? I know I remember being in that space. How did you overcome those initial challenges, and what advice would you give to someone who's feeling uncertain about taking the first step?
Okay. Well, what I did first, right? Lead from the front. I had to look at myself in the mirror and say like, okay, am I ready for this? Because ready means that you have to show up every single day. I learned that from fitness, right? I have nothing tangible. I just have a dream. I know on the other side, this is what I want. And every single day, here's an analogy for you. My dream is my tree. And all I have to do is just come back every single day, just make like 5 chops. And eventually the tree's going to fall. Everything is going to fall into place. But the thing is that you got to pray for it and you have to stay for it. So don't leave before the miracle actually happens, because it's at that place of intersection where you are like, "Ooh, my back hurts, my nose is running, and everything else is just, you're being spiritually attacked. You're onto something good." But my advice to you, if you want to get started in anything that you do, take that look in the mirror, and I really want you to ask yourself, is my mind where it needs to be, right? Is my mind where it needs to be mentored? Do I know how to listen? Because if you haven't decided that you want more in your life, I can't convince you of that. That's between you and God. But my suggestion would be, to make you successful, be a master of systems, right? Because it'll make your life so much easier if you just know how to use a calendar and know how to be at the right place at the right time. It goes bounds, and people will respect you for it, and they'll give you more, because it's a world of disrespect. So when you honor people, you respect them, and you be of service to them, it's going to come back to you tenfold. Be a team member instead of a leader. uh it feels good when you haven't gotten recognition to want to be in the spotlight, but when you focus yourself on the main goal of a team, you are destined to make over $300,000. You will not make anything more than that if you decide that you want to work by yourself, right? So create your network, take risks. So that's something that, when I've been researching what millionaires do and what makes them successful, is they're going to jump out of the plane and they're going to enjoy the ride all the way down to the ground, even if there's fear. That's something that I do, right? And you heard Coach Val say these things about me. I still do them with sweat underneath my arms, but I fight through it because it needs to be done. And I know on the other side of it, there's going to be an even greater Makeda, maybe even a 3.0, you know? And then lastly, have integrity. Have integrity, right? If you have to ask yourself, is this okay? You probably shouldn't be doing it. You just probably shouldn't. But also integrity with yourself, right? There's been some times where I had to look at my own behavior and say that the only result that I'm getting right now is because of my actions, not anybody else's, right?
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to blame somebody else. But when you start to take charge of your own life that you are building, you're going to make that decision so easy. You'll let yourself know, you'll let me know when you're ready.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what you're saying is very powerful, because I think a lot of the things that people deal with, if you're able to look in that mirror and say 100% of what shows up in my life is my fault, or it's up to me, then a lot of people don't want that responsibility, so they kind of shy away. It's easy to blame other people or point in this direction, or woe is me type mentality, but to take it on and to realize, like, I have work to do. So I want to commend you, one, for being transparent, because you talked about sobriety, right? And I think a lot of things that help people, like when we look at Instagram and things like that, this is everybody's highlights. Like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened. It looks like everybody is having the best time ever, but that's not really the reality. But I think when they can hear from people like yourself, hear real stories about the things that I've had to overcome and the mindset that it took me to get there, like, I think that's powerful, and that's more effective than showing up and standing next to the Bentley and taking pictures, right? So, talk to us a little bit about that. Like, what was that road from that, the sobriety, dealing with that, and getting to yourself to where you are now? What did that feel like? What was that adjustment for you?
Yeah. Well, based on my personality type, I work off of pros and cons at all times. And there were way more cons with drinking than there were pros, even if I loved it. And I did the inner work. I went to therapy, and I realized that the reason why I had to drink in the first place was because I didn't like myself. So I had to have courage in order to be able to have conversations like this. I had to have courage because I didn't have anything else to talk about. I didn't have anything going on for myself. And so I knew that for vanity reasons, it had to stop, because I knew that I wasn't credible in anything that I talked about business. Even I owned a club, right? Through through being a drug addict and an alcoholic, I owned a club, I owned an Airbnb, I worked at Apple full time, right? So I was one of those functioning ones. I was one of them ones, right? Um, and I'm gonna speak to you if this is your story too. You are more than your shame. Everything that you did in the past, that's just the past. Every single step that you take in any direction is a new reality for you. My mentor Gordon Clark told me about the vibrational mind shift. This is an opportunity for you to just shake off whatever that thing was that's keeping you and making you believe that you can't go and chase your dreams. And I'll encourage you that if you are addicted to something, then that you're a perfect business person. Some of the most successful business people are ex-alcoholics and drug addicts, because guess what? We can't
Yeah.
put this thing down. You can't make us
Yeah.
stop. We are willing to lose sleep, friends, and time to get the job done, right? So channel the thing that is your weakness into your greatest strength. If you've got ADHD, you got OCD, that just means you can multitask. So use your powers for good. That's what I did.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, yeah, especially being an entrepreneur, sometimes they say you got to be a little bit crazy to do this thing. So, because it's not for the faint of heart at all. But no, I think that's absolutely beautiful. So, moving forward, I know I would like to hear, I'm, here in Xtream, I'm the crypto guy or whatever. So, just and then you trading the charts, and I want to know, what have you been hearing? What is your experience, and, like, what are you excited about, the crypto and the season that we're coming into?
Yeah. So first of all, I got to make a shameless plug. That the reason why I got into crypto in the first place was because of you. I went to
Okay.
the boot camp, and I remember, this is such vulnerability. I was in tears because something as little as finding swing highs and swing lows was just so like, what? And then you got up there, and then you were like, okay, let me share some math with you. Here is the number of which this particular crypto is valued at. Here is your discount. I want you to take this number and times whatever it is that you feel comfortable investing. Let's pretend together. And so you were able to create this vehicle. And then in my head, I go, oh my gosh, now I have a reason to really, learn the charts. Because with stocks, with crypto, any of those things, options, if you're a person who wants to do options, if you understand price action, which is the way that the candles move, then you have a competitive edge in any of those apps that you are, playing with crypto in. So, for instance, let's start with XRP, right? Or XLM, right? These are the two that everybody's talking about. You want to buy low and sell high, right? Now, if you don't want to worry about selling while it's high so that way you can make a profit, and you're the kind of person like me, you like to, crock pot it, put it in there, let it just chill, let it earn its money, give you a little confidence in the morning, those pillow profits, then do that. What I love about how I can connect Forex and crypto together is I can also catch short moves on the way there to that major profit, right? So most of the time when people have something that works and it gives them money, they just stick to that one thing. But Xtream is giving us multiple streams of income, right? So I am able to, with Jasmine, okay, I can say, okay, she's low. She's at a 99% discount. I'm going to go ahead and buy as much as I possibly can right now on Coinbase or whatever, whatever platform, crypto.com. And then I can see in the background on my phone while I'm trading on my computer, okay, the number's getting higher. Awesome. Let's get back in. Okay, the number's getting lower. Oh, let's get back in. Okay, the numbers getting higher. Now let's sell, right? So I'm also doing this for my son. So it's been a fun game. Go Henry, if you guys haven't checked it out, it's got this awesome platform for kids. They can have their own debit card, and they have simulations where they teach them about like investing and all of these other things. So it's awesome. It's really, really cool.
No, I love that. And I mean, and I'm gonna say this, and I guess I'll take my moment right here. But guys, this is why we do what we do. Period. Like I said, myself, you got Gordon Clark, you got King Nelson, um, you got Joel McKinney, all of these trainers and the things that we do at Xtream, and we gotta honor the leadership. Adrian Dynamite Sloan, Mr. Mickles, to say that I'm gonna put together an academy where people can learn, be family, and actually learn a skill that can't nobody take away from you. Like Makeda said, like, regardless, this was taken away from me, but if I learn this skill, nobody can take this away. They can't take it out of your head. Right. So I think that that's super big. So for her to give me that on that, like that's why I do it. I don't know about anybody else, but that's my purpose right there, because it's like, and I was just telling my wife this the other day, and I don't know what it is. Like, I think it's my gift as well from God, that I just have a way of explaining things that makes it simple, that makes people be like, oh, okay, now I see that. And that's all we want you guys to do, because before, all these intricate concepts, and I remember being in other companies, well, one other company with the trading, it was all of these different strategies, all of these different tools, and you need these, and it's just like, man, this is a bunch of, it's a cluster. You know what I mean? So it's like, to be in a place where we make it simple, and like she said, like, if you're the kind of person who just wants to hold and build a portfolio, but it also gives you what Xtream gives you is that time to understand, okay, this is a dip. I should be buying it. We've already broken structure. I should be buying the dip. I'm getting it at a better price. And then also knowing your ranges, when to say, hey, it's probably time for me to take 50% off the table, or whatever the case. So I absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. So I want to ask you, you got to give the people, you got to give them some of your picks. What are you looking at? What coins are you looking at in this bull run?
Ooh, Jasmine all day. Jasmine all day. I call her Princess Jasmine. It's just because she's got so much potential.
Yeah.
And the reason why I picked her is so, just to give you guys some history, we all were, sad that we didn't invest in Bitcoin when we had the opportunity to. But I'll just remind you, the universe is going to continue to give you the same lessons over and over again until you learn them. So if you look at the history of the stalling period where there's a collection of orders, you're going to see that on the charts as accumulation. Those are going to be extremely small candles side by side. So when I see that in a chart and I know that there is past liquidity to be filled, I'm taking it. I'm taking it, right? So it jazzed me for sure. I'm still on the fence with Chronos because I got in at the last minute. Pepe I'm interested in, and then you mentioned one I wanted to ask you about because my mind wasn't mentally there to wrap itself around it, but it was the coin of which controls everything that is like in games on your phone and on the computer. Do you remember which one that was? I know, I know.
It
It was
controls everything within games. I mean, it's a couple gaming coins. Superverse is one of them. I would say Axie Infinity, um, Sandbox, Decentraland. That's probably some of my top picks. I actually bought Sandbox, in Decentraland the other day when it was down, and I think I'm up like 30 something percent right now on those. Just in the last couple of days. And guys, I just, again, not finance. None of this is financial advice. We can't tell you what to invest in, but the crypto market, and that's why I'm saying it's like understanding the charts. And she said it perfectly. Marrying them two together is what's going to give you your success, right? Because a lot of people out here are going to see the news. They're going to see XRP just flipped Solana for market cap and they're going to go buy XRP right now, right. They're going to go buy it right now. But I've been looking at, yeah, I bought XRP around 60 cent, 50, 60 cent, right? So I'm good. But when is my next entry point? It's not when it's the news is talking about it and everything is going crazy. XRP will have a retrace, and that's what we're seeing today. I was talking about over the break how especially during holidays, a lot of the institutional guys they're not trading at all. So it's a lot of retail money that's floating it up. As soon as they come back to work, guess what the big guys are gonna do? They're gonna sell into that volume. So you got to understand the game. If you understand the game, then you don't become exit liquidity. And that's what we want to show you guys, right? You don't want to become exit liquidity, right? So
I like that you said that because to add to it, the reason why I asked him those questions, you guys, is because I'm thinking sentimentally, right? So because I'm a mom and I know my kid likes to play video games, I know that the way that I used to spend money in my past as my 1.0 self is the way that I'm going to make money off of myself as my 2.0 self, right?
yeah,
So I think as a consumer, Christmas is coming. That means that people are going to be buying these kids gift cards. That means that the new year comes, it rolls around, right? If they hit their goals in school, they might get an extra little thing on top of it. Okay.
yeah,
So then
yeah,
let's also think together about Victoria's Secret. Okay. You got Valentine's Day. You got all of those holidays. Use
yeah,
Amazon to your advantage as well. So I could talk all day about this, but just pull it all
yeah,
together and it'll make you
yeah.
money.
I mean, what you're explaining is basically the charts that you see, the candles and everything you're seeing. All you're looking at consumer behavior. That's all you're looking at, right? So just like what she's saying, it's Christmas. I know I've been there. I've been got broke trying to buy these kids toys or whatever the case is. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And we're gonna have to get together too, because on the gaming side, we might have to do a show just about gaming and these kids because I've been trying to teach my nephews and my kids. Sometimes my kids don't want to pay attention, but um, there's so much money that you can, like you talking about these gift cards and Roblox and all those different things. Now inside of Web3, these kids can now own assets and they have their own marketplaces. So them skins and everything that they're buying to play Fortnite and all this. And one of the games that I would mention for your son, I don't know if you like him to play like shooting games or whatever, but like off the grid and things like that. Our Heroes of Mavia is another one. Like these coins, I'm telling you, you're gonna get NFTs, you're gonna get airdrops, and these airdrops, I've seen it before. I've got a couple that I've gotten, and for free, and they turn out to be worth $30,000, $40,000. So you want to make sure that these kids, if they're going to be spending the time playing these games, make it profitable. And take some of that money that you putting into it, make it an asset instead of a liability. So that's what I would say on that.
Facts.
All right. So man, again, I'm really enjoying, like, we could talk about this stuff all day long, but I want to bring Val in. I know she has some things that she want to talk about as well. But one more before I step aside. So being that you have this skill now, I see the baby is home now. Is he homeschooled?
No, he starts in like an hour.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you're doing that part too, because I know we have some other homeschoolers in the midst. So how is he adapting, and is that giving him kind of like a confidence when he's around his friends and things like that? Like how is he taking on to the trading and learning about investments?
Yeah, so I found out that my son is a shark. Shout out to all the sharks out there. Yeah, he's in Aries about his money for sure. So this was, that was another motivation. Once you know all the things that men have to pay for, you're like, oh, okay, I got to prepare this son,
Teach him
this
how to
man.
earn.
Yeah, I got to at least give him some options so that way in life he'll have options, right?
Right, right,
And so the thing that he told me last that gave me confidence was that as I was telling him a lot of things, I ended with, a lot of your friends don't know this, and then he goes, Mom, a lot of men don't even know this.
right, right, right.
So it's really cool because we always want to do things that are going to make our kids proud of us, and we always want them to be better than we were. So giving them the opportunities to also have the option to say, I can go to school to learn this specific skill because I have interest in it, rather than I need to go pay for school in order to be in debt in order to learn something that's just going to sit on my wall.
Yeah,
That's that's what I have for that. Great question.
yeah, yeah. Different dynamic, different dynamic. Coach Bell.
Yes, yes. So my last question is, obviously from everything that we've all heard here today, and many of us already know you, you're not just trading, but you're leaving a legacy, right? So what I want to ask, and for what I want you to share with the people, what does it mean to leave a legacy, and how has Xtream Lifestyle and Global Currencies, that these two communities support you in achieving that vision?
Juicy. To me, a legacy is going to be measured by my wealth, and my wealth is going to be measured by the amount of people that I can help and impact their lives. I'll share with everybody today that my mom made it to four figures,
Mm,
and to me, that is, I feel like the money's in my pocket. Like it's because um she decided to do something for herself, right? She started something, she finished it. That's part of our legacy now.
mm-hmm.
She has broken our generational curse. I'm proud of you, Mom.
Right, right.
Ow, Huberts. Okay. So here's the deal. Part of my legacy is also my son. We talked about the fact that I want to provide him with options in life, but here in this space, he gets to be around all men of influence. So I can say, that's all right. You got a question about that? I know an expert personally. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to just be that millionaire that's going to tell you how to get it to $1 million. I'm going to create other millionaires, right? And
Yeah,
that's going to be part of my legacy. And Xtream now has the vehicle for me to be able to, rip myself a discount and go fly wherever I want to go and spread that word, to go and, put my hand out, right? It's those same hands that I will receive from, but put my hand out and help as many people that God has asked me to do, right? So which in any way, shape, or form that happens, that's God's plan. That's plan A, and I'm going to stick to that plan.
I
absolutely.
love it. I love it. So, Makeda, do you have anything that you want to share to encourage our audience?
Yeah, absolutely. You have everything that you need right there inside you. You don't need anybody else. And if your excuse about anything that you do is that you're putting a limitation on yourself, I want you to rethink that, because there are no limits. We serve a God of no limits. So don't put them on yourself. He's asked you to be fruitful and abundant. We are kings and queens. Let's act like it. Fall into your power and take it back, right? You were meant to be way more than a consumer. You were meant to have every luxury in this world, including the luxury of time. I know you're tired of an alarm clock. I know you're tired of picking your job over your kids. I was. Ooh. And I don't have to do that anymore. So, I love you guys.
Amazing.
And we love you, Makeda. We love you.
Thank you.
And y'all, we can't end this episode of our Bucks and Brunch without our master crypto educator letting us know what's happening in the markets now. If any of you were on with us just last week, he walked us through a little example of how to identify potential earnings on a coin, right? And he used XRP as the example. And if I don't know who remembers the amount that XRP was then, but it has significantly increased, right? Almost doubled. And I can tell you my XRP account from pre-election, and that's just not even a month ago, right? We're not even a month out yet, has almost 5x'd. 5x. That's just one of the coins in my portfolio, right? So this is not, we're not playing. We're not playing. So we just say get on board. If you'd have just listened to him last week, your money would have been doubled, right? So I'm going to hand the floor over to Terrell so that he can share crypto news with us. Terrell, you have the floor.
Well, guys, like I said, and we will continue to say, this is a unique time in history. It's not too late. Make sure that you're staying tapped in. Like I said, it's just about action at the end of the day. Because I said myself, I've seen it. I've taught here at Xtream for over 3 years now, and every reason or excuse a person could have to not get into this market, I've done my best to try to provide a solution. Whether that's credit, whether that's funding, whether it's education, whether that you need some more time, you need one-on-one, whatever it is, I've provided that. And I'll continue to say it, guys. We cannot miss this. We cannot miss this, right? Again, not financial advice in any kind of way, but I'm going to implore you, you cannot miss this time. One of the things that I'm looking at, and if we just talk about coins, go back to anything that I've said before. ISO 220 coins, the underpinning of the financial system. You can't go wrong with those, right? So that's XRP, that's XLM, that's Hedera, that's Algo, IOTA, all of those. Like that can be a baseline. And when we talk about XRP, some of the things that you need to be paying attention to with XRP, the XRP ledger just is getting ready to. It's already launched, and then XRP is also coming out with their own stable coin. So, guys, when that happens, when you talk about the amount of liquidity that's going to happen on the XRP ledger, is going to be tremendous. I was listening to a video today, this morning. They're projecting, if you just look at global settlement, they're projecting $300 trillion to be transacted on the XRP ledger. 300 trillion. I don't even see. That's what I'm saying. I think people really don't understand like what we're really sitting in front of, because if you did, you would be doing whatever you needed to. Because I guarantee you, if you guys don't get in position, it's gonna feel like that lottery ticket that you had, but you lost it. That's how it's gonna feel. Because just like Coach Val said, imagine being able to put $100, $1,000, $10,000, whatever the case is, in a coin, not having to watch it every day, not having to do anything, and you open your wallet and it's up 500%. And I'm telling you guys from my standpoint, I need to put more money into the market. So you guys are not late in it. I'm still allocating funds to the market, but the market is warming up. We still have to make sure that we're taking care of our keys. We do not buy highs. I don't care what the news is saying. I don't care what the motion is. I don't care any of that. Stick to your rules. Because if you stick to your rules now, when it's time to take profit, you will be in a position to take profit. If you don't stick to your rules, you're going to be just like 99% of people that's in crypto. You're going to lose money because you're not going to sell when it's time to sell, right? So I want you guys to understand this is our opportunity. This is our moment. Don't take this time for granted. Please do not take this time for granted. Get the education you need, get into the community, learn, ask the questions that you need to ask so you can change yourself and your life and your family's life. That's what time it is. I mean, like I said, we always complain about what we didn't get or what we don't have or all those different things. There's no more excuses. There's no more excuses. You got people like MAKEDA, you got people like Gordon, you got people like myself that are giving you Ivy League information that the average person doesn't get on a regular basis. So please just take action. It's on you. You won't be able to say that the Bucks and Brunch and Coach Val and Mr. Bilbo and all of us didn't tell you, right? But when you see us in 6 months to 12 months to 3 years from now, I'm telling you, everybody that's under the sound of my voice should be in a different place financially. That is my goal. I feel like that's what God has put me to do. And, I'm going to do my part. So make sure you do yours. So with that being said, I'll turn it back over to Coach Val to close us out. And I appreciate each and every one of us for showing up, not only for us, but showing up for yourself. And in a huge thank you to our special guest, MAKEDA, today. I mean, the transparency, the willingness to share and give to this community, we just appreciate it so much because these are the type of stories, these are the type of conversations that our community needs to hear. So I want to say thank you for that, Coach.
Absolutely, absolutely. And y'all, I can't let us close this out without acknowledging one of our master educators who has graced us with his presence. So I want to give him a moment to say what he wants to say to the people. But he is, none other than the man, the myth, the legend when it comes to Forex trading. Mr. Gordon Clark, are you there, sir? And are you able to share?
Absolutely. Hey, first and foremost, can we really just give it up for Mrs. MAKEDA Hubert? If you have a dry eye right now, I gotta look here, man. I'm over here like, look, man, I'm not crying, you crying. Like, you know what I mean? I'm all teared up. I'm
Who
just saying
cut
my
the onion?
eyeballs sweating this other this sweating, a sweaty eyeball, that's all. But man, let me tell you something. This is it's these moments right here where you just understand the impact that's going on in this world. And I want to thank you guys for even having this platform, reaching out and showing everybody, hey, this is possible. See, it's so many uh there's so many people out here that's doing the business of money instead of the business of people. And so this is what's going on right here. When you really understand that people give value to anything, you'll understand that doing the business of money is the poor man's game. The business of people is what true wealth is, because wealth is the value that you create for someone other than yourself. So, man, I can't tell you how proud I am of MAKEDA, of her mother, Mrs. Colette Hubert, brand new, uh, four-figure earner on her way to being five figures. That's absolutely amazing. And to have that moment to be shared with your daughter is beyond, just beyond excellent. And then you also hear Miss MAKEDA talking about her son as well. We got a brand new red. For those who don't know, hey, find out, man. Starts, reds, hey, that's a whole different thing. So I just want to say this. I don't want to take this moment from Mrs. MAKEDA, because when I say that lady impacts anybody that she comes in contact with, even if they meet her indirectly, she has an impact on them. So it's amazing, and I'm honored to even be called a mentor, because I believe that mentorship goes two different ways. It's just as much honor for me to mentor as it is for somebody to sit at their mentor by me. So if your mentor, it's an honor to mentor you, hey, you might want to start looking around. So man, I love you guys, and MAKEDA, amazing job. This Coach Val, Terrell Bilbo, great job, man. Love this show. Can't wait to come back again. Well, you know what? I'm thinking I may round up the leaders. We may do a round table, man. Just come back with all the top leaders of GC and just sit down and have some fun. And by the way, y'all, Mobile, Alabama.
Yes, sir.
Mobile,
Let
Alabama.
them know. Let them
Yeah,
know what you got going
yeah.
on.
Yes, let them know. Let them know.
January 15th through the 17th, we have a boot camp going on, y'all. So if you want some hands-on training, like we're going everything from the rooter to the tutor. All right, you're going to get down. I mean, from the beginning. I don't care if you've never traded before. If you know anything about us, we like to make things simplistic. All right, we got 9 and 12-year-olds doing this, and they have 4, 5, and 6 figure accounts. So there's no reason. What my grandma used to say, there's no reason in your ripe old age that, that you shouldn't be able to do this. Come there. Somebody just put the actual link there inside the chat. Miss MAKEDA HUBERT. All right. You just put the link there. Get your tickets. We also have promo code. So if you know somebody there, get that promo code from there because they can make your ticket even cheaper. And if you would like that, then just reach out to us as well. But there it is. Miss Lynette Hoppy just put the promo codes there. Those promo codes are only going to be there until the third week after the third week of December. They're gone, and it's gonna be regular price. But even regular price is worth it, y'all, because you got to ask yourself, how much is information that's gonna help you become a millionaire, or billionaire even? How much is that information worth to you? So I'll tell you right now, I don't care if it was thousands of dollars, I would pay it, and I have done that in the industry. But I'm making sure that you don't have to. So we want to offer that to you guys. We want to make sure that you have a good time, and since it's going to be in Mobile, you're going to get Mardi Gras ball tickets included with your admission, as well as we're going to go. We're going to be bowling. We're going to go to Top Golf. We're going to be eating. We're going to have escorts. It's going to be a time. So if y'all know how we do it over at Global Currencies, and we go above and beyond because we want to make sure that you have an experience, not just education, but an experience, because that's all life is. It's a collection of experiences, a collection of memories. And that's what you want to do is you want to make more great memories than bad. And the ones that are so-called bad, they're really just lessons, so they're not even bad either. They just help propel you to get to where God intends for you to be. So that being said, I'm gonna turn it back over to you guys. Again, MAKEDA, we love you. Wonderful, wonderful job. Coach Val, Tara Bilbo, back to you guys. Love you guys. Take care.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much, Mr. Clark. Thank you so much. And guys, many of you were invited if you're looking at this by someone on here, and we're all, most of us are on here are members of Xtream and Global Currency. So what I will ask you to do is, DM, get in touch with the person that invited you to this episode or to any of our episodes and find out how you can connect. Find out how you can be a part of Xtream Lifestyle. Find out how you can be a part of this amazing movement, right? And I promise you, I promise you, and I don't make a whole lot of promises, right? You won't be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. So, guys, as we close today's powerful episode, and it's been powerful, right? We always tell you expect the best of our Bucks and Brunch. We want to thank all of you for spending your time with us and allowing us to inspire and empower you. But we're hoping that you'll hop on this journey to financial freedom that we're all on and create generational wealth with us, right? Not later, because later might be too late. Taro always makes that point. You want to get started now. And we want to give a special thank you to our phenomenal guest, Miss MAKEDA HUBERT, for her story, her inspiring story, y'all, and the insights that she shared with us. Take heed, y'all. Her journey is proof that with the right mindset, community, and determination, anything is possible. But before we go, we're excited to announce our special guest for next episode on Tuesday, December 10th, none other than our professor himself, Mr. Richard Miles. Mr. Miles is a devoted husband, a steadfast friend, and a seasoned educator with a passion for serving others. And he has embraced trading as a part of his mission to help others achieve greatness. And he's committed to teaching and supporting others on their journey. Right. And I love it because, I'm glad he's my friend and my partner. But he's one that will definitely dispel that age has anything to do with learning to trade, right? Because he's a seasoned trader. Right? He's a seasoned trader. So, so guys, definitely mark your calendars and be sure to join us next week for another inspiring conversation that will take your mindsets and trading journey to new heights. And I'm looking forward to the round table with the leadership. That's going to be amazing. So we definitely have to get that on the books real soon. Amen. Amen. So, guys, thanks again for joining us for Bucks and Brunch. And we'll see you next week, same time, same place. You all have an amazing rest of your day and enjoy your week. See you soon. Bye, everybody.